a fight for the right to be number one.
This is the NFL on EA Sports as we welcome you from the East Bay and Oakland, California. Straight ahead, it's a matchup of unbeatens between our visitors and the Oakland Raiders. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Play fake. He'll look to throw. He's going to take a shot right away. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. And the offensive starters here for Los Angeles.
And this offensive line, they're going to have to be a lot better than they were right there. We certainly won't measure them just by one play. But they definitely got a big challenge ahead of them in this one. Because this defense, they love to run blitz, and they clog up the running lanes.
Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Now back to throw. Sets up the screen to Gordon. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30.
There's an example of good situational football being played by a defense. They understood where the third down play was, the down and distance, and made sure that they didn't get anywhere near that, bringing up 4th down.
Yeah, they were sniffing out that marker, didn't want to let him get close to there, and now a likely 3 and out to start.
Yeah, I love the way they rallied to the football and got to him and made sure they didn't give up much run after catch.
So well done there, and these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do, and now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves them with a 2nd and 3. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on 3rd.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
Looking to throw. Clifford. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
Go! Hey, Sam off!
On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you. Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. A little bit of space there for the first down run, as that's going to get him about 5 yards. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Go! 30 base.
Let's go, D. Mike 48, Mike 48.
Hey, seam 6, seam 6.
Just like that. Show it, show it.
Get it.
2nd and 5. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Casey Hayward, the Pro Bowler, there to knock it away.
But when you're going up against a talented receiver like that, you just know that they're going to bring more people to him, right? They're going to double cover him every chance they get.
I think that is what we're going to see all game long, an early taste of that double, maybe even sometimes triple coverage we might see.
Yeah, I think what they're counting on, his talent to sometimes beat that double coverage.
They just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things.
And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. Joey Bosa in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
2 sacks last week. Another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. And this will be caught. Tyrell Williams. They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now.
His passing has been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, they have to be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. Saquon Barkley with touchdown number 7 on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point by Moore, up and good. Both sides of the football in sync early. You force the 3 and out, and then you take it down, score points.
You know what that tells me? They sold their game plan really well. Head coach said, listen, we're just going to stop them on 3 and out. We're going to take the ball downfield and score. But he also told them how it was going to happen. They're going to run this. We're going to stuff it. Then we're going to take the ball. They won't be able to keep up with us. And they got it done.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, let's see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. And it may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got a look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Able to get this to Gordon. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs. Run some plays, run some clock. Allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
Go now. 10-2-4.
He can run for it, and he will. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Give him 4 yards as he does it himself, and it's a first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Now Gordon on 1st down. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage. Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
Trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. The intended receiver there, Allen.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Throwing to start the drive. Clifford. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. From 17 yards out. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Well, that didn't take long. The turnover instantly almost turning into points.
And when that happens, a lot of teams have the mentality of let's strike right now. You've got them off balance after the turnover or the takeaway. Let's go get it. And that's exactly what they did.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. The Chargers on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. He'll look to throw here. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw
nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really...
And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Cameron Hayward in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. And we check the rushing numbers so far here into Week 6, and the returns have been really good. Now, you're starting to hit that stride middle of the season toward the end. They're certainly hoping they can keep up this production.
They are, because one of the adages in the NFL is that defense travels and defense endures even in bad weather, right? You know what else does? A good running game. And people want that, especially as you head down the stretch. You may play outdoors in some nasty stuff. You're trying to get to the playoffs. This is the time to get it going. And individually, I don't think you should just...
He's got a man complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. A big play there. 78 yards. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Now he's having a nice little first half for your partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Chargers offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. 2nd and 2.
Playing against a 3-4 front is really challenging for offensive linemen because they can do so many different things. But when you're running the football, if you can handle the nose tackle up front, and then maybe a guard can slide up to the second level and block a linebacker, that's when you have success running the football.
First down, Chargers.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Gordon. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
On play action, they'll throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. On is the Chargers punter now, as he's on to kick it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally, you run to set up the pass. Here, it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
And you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
Go.
Ringo.
Hey, foxtrot, foxtrot. Kill, kill. Smoke. Guard, guard. Shoot.
Now a handoff looking right. He'll have a first down past the 40. And finally marked down at the 42-yard line. A gain there of 30 big ones. They just look like they're having fun out there. Big lead. There's another big play on the big run. I mean, they can't be stopped.
I'm a little bit older than you, as you well know, partner, and you tend to tell me that all the time. But there used to be a big-time song, and the lyric was, "Summertime and the living is easy." Right now, it's football time, and the running is easy for this crew.
Yes, yes. Hey, Alpha. Hey, Echo. Bam, bam. Snap.
Right back to him on first down. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he's going to get it down to the 14-yard line. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
56, Mike, 56.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Nice, sweetheart. 6 guys. Check 6 guys.
Jet bomber, 22 jet bomber.
Check 56. Hey, I'm coming.
Hey, high 7. Let's go.
To throw again, Clifford. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Julio Jones. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Getting set to go again here on offense, Keenan Allen marches back onto the field. Hasn't had his best day to this point here in the second quarter, and they're losing. You got to think, though, that also means that maybe the defense doing a good job on him. There's two sides to that coin.
I would agree, so you have to give them credit, but that means you've got to find a way to beat that defense and make sure one of your top playmakers touches the football and has an impact on the game. Change formations, change where he lines up, put him in motion, anything possible to shake him free.
Maybe that greater impact comes here on this drive. This quarterback now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Ferguson.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
2nd and 6. Over the middle, complete. That's Ferguson. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Lucky.
They're going to look to throw. And it's incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down. Back to throw here. Got a man. It's complete. Williams. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Well, they've already allowed 3 sacks in this first half. Now a holding penalty.
So I think drastic measures had to be taken, right? The regular way was not working. He was getting hit almost every snap, and it felt like they had to try and keep him upright.
That's complete. It's Gordon. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. On is the Chargers punter now. They'll boot it away from about his 35. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into...
And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags, and I believe this is going to be a first down. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it is going to be 15 yards.
Here we go. Check, check.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And another mistake here defensively as a flag is down on the tackle, and that's going to tack on 15 more. In the first half, just like the end of the game, can't end with a defensive penalty. They'll have another play.
One more play, untimed. See what happens here.
So after the penalty, we'll have one final untimed play here before halftime. A final shot before break. Clifford is going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. 3rd quarter, here we go. This one taken from the 7.
Let's go, baby.
So here are the Raiders now to take over. Remember, they're riding that 5-game winning streak, and right now in the driver's seat of this ball game as well.
Go out. Yep.
Move.
Opposite.
Under.
Hey, Sam. Go.
Second half begins with a run from Barkley. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Again, it's Barkley. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Here we go.
An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on 3rd down.
Watch out.
Leo. Ready.
Back to throw. Clifford. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. In for the score. As his guys continue to pour it on. It's been quite the game for him individually. A trio of touchdown catches now.
So pick a route, any route. Whatever you want him to run, he's going to do it and do it well and end up in the end zone. This has really been fun to watch.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
This pass finds its way to Williams. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The end result, 21 yards.
One of the selling points of the in route is it gives the quarterback a really nice sight line to his receiver and almost on a direct shot able to throw the ball into the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
70, Indy.
They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 7 yards there and a first down. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. They run it here with Gordon. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line.
Come on now, let's go.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Ready? 18, Gator.
Watch the run, watch the run.
Tight dog, snap.
Again, it's Howard. They'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Khalil Mack in there for the sack, and it's an important one from a personal standpoint, as that is sack number 100 in what has certainly been a terrific career to this point. And this one is right down the middle. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit 3rd quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag?
I was
You
just
want to
gonna
get
say
out of
that.
here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
And now Oakland ready to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Credit the tackle there to Uchenna Nwosu.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because when they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. A big play there. 72 yards as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And let's count them up now. 1, 2, 3, 4 touchdown receptions for him in this game.
And just one shy of the NFL record. What a great performance. Going up and catching the football, creating space, and finding the end zone. That's what it's all about.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half. okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there for that time, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. It'll be a gain of 7, and they get it back to a 3rd and 3. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Ferguson. A gain there of 12 yards and a 1st down L.A.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
4 yards on the dump off at 2nd down.
50, play. Play.
Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the 1st down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
On 1st down, they run with Howard. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. They go with Howard again. And an alley to run. And down inside the 40 to about the 38.
You got it. You got it. You got it. I'm ready.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On the delayed handoff, this is Gordon. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the 1st down. 3rd and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. 1st down.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4 down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
The throw right sideline here is complete.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
2nd and 4. Over the middle, complete. That's Ferguson. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 15-yard line. Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. They'll set up to throw. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. And now following that sack, looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field. We'll take a break and get a report from Oakland after this. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Shaquille Barrett able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. 3rd and long now after the sack, and we'll see if Bridgewater has a response. Now it's the backup Bridgewater. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
So they get the field goal, but that was a 14-play drive to get through.
You sound like you're going negative on me.
I was.
Sounds like you're thinking the three's just not that good.
Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. The 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game. and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
Give them a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders. One play has them to the 37 here for 1st and 10. Now Saquon Barkley. And a 6-yard gain gets them right around the 43.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
They'll go to Barkley again. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, it's almost a tendency breaker.
On 1st and 10, Clifford. He's going to loft one deep left side. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A big play there. 52 yards as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the lead will swell by one more. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out-and-out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
And maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see. Allen, the intended receiver. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. It's a gain of 9 yards, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Bridgewater, and this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Charger first. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. On play action, it's Bridgewater. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away, and it's 2nd down. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. And again, it's Bridgewater. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. To the air again with Bridgewater. And that'll be incomplete. Now, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
We got this.
Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. We've got a lopsided game here. I don't know, Charles, what does the handbook say that we discuss when we've got a game like this in the 4th quarter?
Hold a second. Let me thumb to the proper page on that. Know what it says?
What?
Let's discuss how we got here. This is a dominant performance, where they took control of this game, how they've managed to keep control of this game, and then we go ahead and think about how we're going to leave here and get to the airport. In a lopsided blowout, the roads are usually open.
The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider 1st down.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go do the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be giving a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
Now it's Barkley. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
And now we've hit that stage of the game, partner, where one of our predecessors, one of the great commentators of all time, he used to sing in this situation when this game appeared to be over.
I know the fat lady's been singing for some time.
No, not her at all. This
but
one of our
she's
guys.
singing too.
Oh, she's singing. She's
on like the 5th tune at this point.
She left Scales way behind, but he's just saying something about turning out the lights. The party was over.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And they'll be looking to avoid what happened last time, which is punting the football.
But when you look at how teams play the game, that complementary football comes into play. How do I take care of my defense? How do I take care of my offense? Well, the defense is taking care of them in a lot of ways. Now it's time for the offense to jump things up and help their defense out. Give them a little bit of rest.
Yeah, time for them to give them a rest. Took the words right out of my mouth. Throwing again on second down. Bridgewater. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all. And now they're looking at third down here. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And this is going to be intercepted. Trevor Williams with a pick. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. Charles, we've seen them target one of their main weapons time and time again. Maybe they went to that well too many times there.
Yeah, and it's so difficult to determine how many times is too many, because how many times have we seen a team go and play and say, until they stop us, we'll keep going. But they got stopped on that one, and it cost them 6 points.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team, and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Here's Bridgewater. And down he goes. The pressure getting to Bridgewater. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. This is brought in at the 21. "21 yards. Well done on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And he'll give it here to his running back. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a handoff here to his running back. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. That one looks like he'll throw here. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Well, I've got to laugh here, and I really don't want to because the old school in me is not happy about this score this late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it matter? These guys who are playing in this game, there are no feelings
Exactly.
there.
They don't have to face the guy. Well, they might if they're in the same room going head-to-head. But
that's
the
about
virtual guys on the screen don't have to face each other after this one.
In that case, run it up.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Raiders, they remain as hot as anyone, 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, for our visitors, it was a good first month, but they'll fall to 4-1 as they suffer their first loss. And they'll try to get back to their